We're here at the Sportaccord convention in Turkey, where we caught up with Agberto Guimaraes, the former Olympic athlete who is now on the organising committee for the next Olympic Games in Rio in 2016. Could you just tell us a little bit about your involvement with the Olympic Games in Rio in 2016 and your role in it?
I'm pretty much a volunteer, I think. No, my role is to actually deliver the sports, which is, the heart of the games. I take care of the athletes, I take care of the sports, I take care of the areas that really have the, I would say, the most obligations with the performance of the athletes. Field of play, venue management, village operations, NOC relations, medical and doping. So basically all the things that really affect the lives of the athletes in and out of the field of competition.
And as a former athlete yourself, do you feel that this is, having this expertise really gives you a boost when you're doing your work in the preparations?
Of course, that's what I try to achieve with my work, is to bring to my work the view of an athlete who has been to the Olympic Games as an athlete 3 times, and to make sure that our plans suit the needs of the athletes. This is what I want. I put myself in the place of those that will be competing in Rio de Janeiro. So my main job is to protect the athletes, to make sure that they have only one concern, which is to compete and compete well when they get to Rio.
At the moment, there's a lot of speculation and a lot of rumours about how the preparations for Rio 2016 are going. Some people are very concerned that perhaps organisations are behind schedule and things may not be completed in time, and these concerns are exacerbated by the fact that there are problems with the World Cup. Some stadiums are not fully complete and everything. What do you say to these suggestions?
Well, the concerns are real. We have some lateness in some of the venues, but what people have to understand is that the city is undergoing a major renovation. So what was the strategy behind this whole thing by the city, which is actually responsible for the delivery of all the venues? They are taking care right now of the major infrastructure, road constructions, forest renovation, hotels, all of those things that are what they call, hard deliverables in regards of infrastructure. The venues that we have to deliver, and the ones that are already under construction, and those that will start by August of this year, are not, venues that are too complicated to deliver. The main concern of the AIPS is that the venues will be delivered too late for the tests for the test events. And I would say, if they deliver to us the venues on the dates that they promised, according to the presentation that I made yesterday, I think we're going to be fine. So we still have time to do that. The thing is, we cannot lose one moment. We cannot lose one of the deadlines. If we meet all the deadlines that I presented yesterday, we're going to be okay. And I think the games will be spectacular in Rio.
And do you feel, I suppose, on that point, that some of the criticism and some of the speculation is a bit exaggerated or perhaps a bit unfair?
If you put yourself on the other side of the table and you live far away from Brazil, if Brazil was in Europe and people could be close to us, physically close, to go and see and visit us, more frequent, maybe the uneasiness would not be in there. It is, pretty much understandable that people are anxious because they're not in there. They don't live in there. They don't know the culture. They are far away, physically far away. Brazil is it's a country that is far for the majority of the countries, even for some countries in South America. So it's not an easy target for anyone. So I can understand that. On our side, what we have to do is to continue working the same way that we have done to regain their confidence. It's up to us, to revert, the situation, which is something that we are working to make sure that we calm them down and that they trust us that we're going to deliver exactly what needs to be delivered for the games.
Brazil is about to start one of the most important 3-year periods in its history with the World Cup this summer, of course the Olympics 2 years later. How important is this for a country with such a rich sporting tradition and heritage to have these two showpiece events?
I would say that the World Cup helps us mainly with the infrastructure. A lot of the infrastructure that are being put in place, they are being delivered now for the World Cup. We have a main BRT that will be linking the airport to the Barra zone. That's going to be ready for the World Cup, so the inauguration is now in June, so that will relieve the traffic around the city quite a bit. So that's something that's good for us because it's going to be delivered before the actual Rio 2016 games, just for the World Cup. Security is being looked after because of the World Cup, so that gives us an advantage of testing security in a major event in Brazil before the World Cup. Hotel operation, city services, many of those things will be in place for the World Cup, and we can take a look at that. And if mistakes are made, we still have time to correct that for the Olympic Games, which will take place 2 years from now.